Gabe Colombo here. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I got some very important tips today because safety first is the most important thing, whether you're full-time RVing or you're a part-time RVer. These are the safety tips that we worried about or we're concerned about. What if there's no cell phone coverage? What if we can't text anyone? What if we have no internet? What if we can't stream TV? That's a bad one. But more importantly, what if we have a true emergency? What if we need maps and we don't know where we're at or where to go? These are all very important things in RVing. So how did we about approaching these problems? First of all, we had to decide on a Wi-Fi for the RV. So what we did is we went through the process and we came up with Starlink. And Starlink works for us. It's a little expensive, I realize. It's got different tiers. And Starlink can be hooked up one of two ways. You can either hook it up out of a suitcase into a remote with a remote battery. You can put it on the ground. You can hook it to a pole on the back of your RV. All of that's done when you're at an RV park. We have ours hardwired into the RV, and I'm really glad we do. Because while we're traveling, we can use the internet or make a call. Even if we don't have internet service or cell service, we can make a call anytime we want because the Wi-Fi is connected to our cell phone, so we can do either one. An example where this was very important, we were in Yosemite at 10,000 elevation feet, and we had a problem with the RV. I didn't know what to do. We pulled over. We had no cell phone coverage, but we had Starlink. So we used our cell phone, which is connected to Starlink, and my wife and I called Newmar, and Newmar told me what to do, and everything was okay. And it saved me probably a lot of money by doing what they said. So I was really glad I had Starlink. So another time that happened to us, we were in this heavy traffic, and we were waiting, and this light came on the RV dash, like there was something wrong with the motor. So my wife used the internet through Starlink again because we had no cell phone coverage again. And she discovered, don't turn off the RV, because I was getting ready to turn it off. She said, it's going to clear it out. I'll be okay. So I did that, and we probably saved thousands of dollars by not messing that one up. And it did clear out. Everything was okie dokie. So another thing with Starlink, I'll just say, we've had a year and a half, and only one time is it out of service. And that was for an hour and a half. They had something wrong with the satellites up above. They told us in a text that's how long it would be out. And it was true. It was an hour and a half, was back running. We could have used the RV, the campsite RV if we wanted to, but we didn't. And the other time it was slowed down. We were under some trees where it was, a lot of leaves and whatnot. It slowed it down, but it still worked. So it's good to have clear sky, of course. A little bit of stuff above is not so bad. So that's how we handle the Wi-Fi, which handles our phones when there's no cell phone in the RV. So how do we handle mapping? Well, that's how we handle mapping is we use a Garmin. We use the kind they use in a semi-truck, and it's a big screen so we both can see it because you're sitting real far apart in the RV, and we both can see it. And she's my navigator, turn right and all this stuff helping me out. And the good thing about this Garmin is you can put your weight, your height, how long you are, so you don't go down the wrong roads. I don't want to drive over a bridge and go in the water and then she's mad at me because we're getting cold and drowning, you know what I mean? I also don't want to go under a bridge and take the rooftop off and have her mad at me because I exposed this into a convertible all of a sudden, And so it's a really good thing to have. It also gives you live updates through the cell phone, which is connected to Starlink again, and it goes right to Garmin, gives us live updates of what's going on of the traffic ahead. We also have a Garmin in our car. The reason why, it's a lot smaller than the one that's in the RV. I know that's more money, but the big one in the RV, you can't put it in your purse. It's too big. The one in the car is a lot smaller. We both can see it, and you can put it in our purse. But we don't always use Garmin all the time because we have an iPhone. We use the mapping iPhone all the time in the car. However, we've been out in the middle of nowhere out west, and we get back in the car after hiking, and we don't know how to get home. So iPhone ain't working. There's no cell phone coverage. So we pull out the Garmin. It does the satellite stuff and tells us how to get home before it gets dark, and then we're safe. Another thing we have to protect us, which is very important, is a Garmin that tells our location. We can do texting with it, It's an emergency responder is what it is. You can do an SOS. You can say you can do texting to certain people on your list. If there's a problem, you can carry it while you're hiking or in the car in case there's a problem. So it gives us peace of mind no matter what, whether I'm in the car, the RV, I always have some way that I can communicate and get help in a case of an emergency. Now, I'm not endorsing any of this at all, and some of it is kind of pricey, but to me, safety being first is the most important to taking care of the one I love, my wife. So, Gabe Colombo says, I'll see ya when I see ya.